Welcome back. I'm Brent Meredith. In its short but successful 15-year history, the Frist Center for the Visual Arts has woven itself deep into the fabric of Nashville, all while making a profound impact on the visual arts scene across the globe. From exhibitions to workshops, films to lectures, education to live music, the list goes on and on. Their commitment to offering everything new every time you go, or every time you visit, makes the Frist a constant on your must-do list. Now, here with me tonight to give us a peek into an exciting new exhibit is Director of Communications and my friend, Ellen Jones-Pryor. Welcome, Ellen.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Now, if you've been under a rock or just moved here and don't know what the Frist Center is, what's your quick boilerplate when people ask you?
Quick boilerplate. We are the Frist Center for the Visual Arts. We're in the city's historic main post office building on Broadway in downtown Nashville. And we've been here, thank you, for 15 years. We celebrated our anniversary on the 8th of April. So it seems, in some ways it seems like a short time. In some ways it seems like we've been here forever. And I mean that in the best way.
Yeah, exactly. Now, and I know you work very hard and have in those 15 years to ensure that the Frist is available for anyone who wants to come. I know you have free days, you have affinity days. Tell me a little bit about those.
Well, first of all, admission is free for kids 18 or young people 18 and under, and that's our abiding commitment. We also have a number of free days through the year. If people follow us on our social media or look at the website or sign up for our e-newsletter, that's where we announce those things. And also Ms. Cheap is a good friend of ours, so Ms. Cheap helps us get that word out. We're free for college students on Thursday and Friday nights when we're open until 9 o'clock, and we have all kinds of discounts for military, seniors, and free days, sort of surprise free days sprinkled throughout the year.
Fantastic. So if anybody wants to come, there's a day that they can make it.
There are plenty of days to come through the year, yeah.
Now, before we jump into the exciting new exhibit that I'm all aflutter about, tell me a little bit about what's going on right now and maybe what's continuing through this month for anybody watching.
Well, right now we're just getting ready to close the Alba exhibition, 500 Years of Art and Collecting, but we still have The Power of Pictures, early Soviet photography and film, which is an absolutely extraordinary exhibition that comes to us from the Jewish Museum in New York. And it is, people will recognize the style immediately. And in addition to photography, we have some pretty rare films that we're showing on site at the Frist during gallery hours. So,
well, we got to talk about it now. Thank you for catching us up, but I'm so excited about this. As a car lover, I'm really looking forward to this coming in. So I want to make sure I say it right. It's Bellissima, the Italian automotive renaissance, and I know what's the date range again?
1945, 1975.
1945 to
75.
Post-war.
Yeah.
And so you've got a lot of like priceless autos rolling in. I mean, what's the origin story of this particular exhibit?
Well, some people may remember in 2013 we did the really magnificent Art Deco automobile show we call Sensuous Steel, and when we did that, it really ignited the automotive community and many more people in some pretty significant ways. And even before that show closed, the question began, well, what's next? When is your next automobile show? So we began talking to the guest curator, Ken Gross, who in all the world is one of the great authorities on the collector car culture, and began to talk about what could we do, and came up with the idea of post-war Italian cars. Also, people may remember last summer we had Italian fashion.
Yeah.
So the idea, the subtext of that is that art and fashion and the Italian design aesthetic really brought Italy back after the war. So you saw that in fashion, and now you see it in cars. And we'll have 19 just unbelievable automobiles and 3 motorcycles, the best of the best of the best.
Well, and I'm enjoying listening to let's talk about it, but I know we've got some pictures.
Oh, let's look. Yeah, let's do.
So we'll start scrolling through some of those, and if you see any that we need to stop and comment on. This is your oldest one, I believe, right?
It is. It's a 1946 Alfa Romeo that belongs to a gentleman named Chris Orstrom who lives in Virginia. And these are some vintage photographs of the car. The car, when he bought it, he told me, I've spent some time with him, when he acquired the car, it was in pieces, literally in boxes, and the restoration took a number of years. But this is a photograph of the car in its heyday in the 40s.
And we can keep scrolling through, and there's a few more of the sort of the vintage photos here.
So that sort of puts this automobile particularly in time as you look at the fashion.
Keep scrolling.
These photographs come to us from the Guild of Automotive Restorers in Canada, and they were so kind and have been wonderful to support us and provide us with some of these vintage, really rare photographs.
Yeah, I think we have several of the black and whites, and then we get into some color ones too here in just a moment. So again, this is sort of the oldest one, so we're going from this year all the way up to 75. Is that, do we have any other pictures we can scroll through? Or Okay, there we go.
There is the car fully restored as it will appear in our galleries. And it is
beautiful.
I've seen the car and it is just lip-smacking gorgeous. I mean, it is so elegant and beautiful.
Oh, there's a side angle there.
Isn't it just so lovely?
It is. It's just up against that black backdrop. It looks
just
it's
beautiful.
Just yeah. Oh, and this is an exciting one.
This is the other stars of the show. We have 3 so-called Alfa Romeo BAT cars, and the BAT is B-A-T, Berlinetta Aerodynamica Technica. And these cars, it is. But if you can see why they're called BATs if you look at those exquisite fins. And these were made in 53, 54, and 55. These also are Alfa Romeos, and they now live at the Black Hawk Museum in Danville, California. They have only been seen together outside the museum 3 times, and all those 3 times were in California. So to have them here in Nashville, to have them travel at all is a rarity, and we are so thrilled and honored, I mean really honored, to have these cars here. And coincidentally, the National Alfa Romeo Owners Club is meeting here in June, so they will have the opportunity to see. This is a Ferrari GTO. I mean, it is a 250 GTO, probably one of the rarest and most desired collector cars in the world. There were 39 made, all 39 survived. And it's just, that one was at one time a race car. But we have 19 cars and 3 motorcycles.
Well, I think they'll keep scrolling through. We can keep talking if you want, because I wanted to make sure.
Here's one. Here's one we need to talk about.
Yeah,
this is a Lancia Stratos, and it's called the Zero. And this is one of one. And it was made, it made its debut at the Turin Auto Show. And much as you see these extraordinary fashions walking down the runway that no one would ever use, that car is meant to be a calling card. And I've spent just in the last several days some time with a gentleman who owns that car, and he is so thrilled to have it here to share it with people.
I hate to cut you off. We're running out of time, and I know people can finish looking at these on the Frist.org website.
Yes, fristcenter.org. Yes, they're all there.
Thank you. And I'm sorry we're going to have to rush off because they're so exciting. But thank you,
Thanks for the opportunity.
And that's all the time we have this evening. Until next time, you can follow us on social for real-time updates or watch us anytime on outandabouttoday.com.